Hello and welcome back to Money Never Sleeps. My name is Bob Cruces from M&A Wealth. If you'd like more information about what you hear during the show, give us a call at 866-973-3627 or visit us online at mnawealth.com. And while at my website, click on the page to check out past shows and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Welcome to this week's show. Today, we're diving into a topic that's on a lot of people's minds right now: retirement timing. Specifically, we'll be talking about why it might make sense to wait just one more year before retiring. We'll be pulling insights from a recent USA Today article called 3 Signs You Should Wait Another Year Before Retiring. Let's start with the first sign that retiring in 2026 might not be the best move. You're not totally confident in your savings. There's no magic number that guarantees a successful retirement. Everyone's situation is unique. Your lifestyle, your health, where you live, and what you want retirement to look like all matter. But one simple way to check your progress is to estimate how much income you'll need each year. Subtract your expected Social Security benefits, and then multiply that difference by 25. That'll give you a rough idea of how much you should have saved. Here's an example. Let's say you expect to spend about $60,000 a year in retirement, and Social Security will cover $24,000 of that. That leaves $36,000 per year that needs to come from your savings. Multiply that $36,000 by 25, and you're looking at about $900,000 as a goal for your nest egg. If you're close to that target, great. But if you're a little behind, working just one more year can make a real difference. You'll continue contributing to your retirement accounts, give your investments more time to grow, and possibly avoid withdrawing money too early. And if you're significantly short of your goal, there's still good news. Waiting to retire also means waiting to claim Social Security. For every year you delay beyond your full retirement age, up to age 70, your benefits increase by roughly 8%, and that increase lasts for life. So, if you're unsure about your financial readiness, pressing pause on retirement plans for even one more year can help you enter that next chapter with more confidence and stability. The next sign that retiring might be premature is if you're not quite eligible for Medicare yet. Healthcare is one of the largest and most unpredictable expenses in retirement. If you retire before age 65, you could face a gap in coverage that's surprisingly expensive. You might stay on your workplace plan through COBRA or purchase your own coverage through the marketplace, but both options can cost thousands more each year than Medicare. That could mean dipping into your savings earlier than you'd planned, not an ideal way to start retirement. Now, Medicare isn't free either. You'll still have premiums, deductibles, and copays, but for most people, it's far more affordable than private insurance. So, if you're 64 or just a year away from Medicare eligibility, waiting that extra year could help you save a significant amount of money and avoid a lot of stress. That 1 year of continued work can bridge the gap, preserve your savings, and ensure you start retirement with reliable healthcare coverage. The third sign you might want to delay retirement isn't financial, it's emotional. It's easy to focus on the money side of retirement, but what often catches people off guard is the mental side. Having endless free time sounds great at first, until you wake up one morning and think, now what? The structure, purpose, and social connection we get from work can be hard to replace. So before you retire, it's important to have at least a rough plan for how you'll spend your time, whether that's traveling, volunteering, picking up new hobbies, or even starting a side business. If you're not quite sure what that looks like yet, don't worry, that's completely normal. But it may be a sign to hold off for another year. Use that time to explore new interests, reconnect with passions you've set aside, or try part-time work in an area that excites you. You might even find your next second act along the way. You're not alone if you're thinking about working longer. In fact, an Investopedia article titled "Thinking of Delaying Your Retirement? You're Not Alone" highlights that most adults over 50 are pushing back their retirement timelines. A 2025 survey from F&G Annuities and Life, referenced in the article, found that nearly a quarter of people approaching retirement are thinking about delaying it, and almost a third of current retirees are considering unretiring or going back to work. Among Generation X, roughly ages 45 to 60, more than half of those who retire early say they're thinking about returning to the workforce. Another survey from Western and Southern Financial Group cited in the article found that the average American expects to retire around 70, even though they'd like to retire closer to 64. That's a 6-year gap between dream and reality. And this pattern holds across generations. Gen Z hopes to retire at 61 but expects closer to 69. Millennials want 63 but expect 71. Gen X, they'd love 65 but think 70 is more realistic. Baby boomers, they'd prefer 67 but many expect 71. That gap between aspiration and expectation says a lot about how the financial landscape has changed. Longer life expectancy, higher costs, and uncertainty around Social Security all play a role. The key takeaway is that if you're considering delaying retirement, you're not falling behind. You're making a thoughtful, strategic decision, one that can strengthen your long-term financial security. Why are people making that choice? For some, it's about lifestyle and purpose. About a third of respondents in that same F&G survey said they're delaying retirement because they worry about losing their sense of meaning or identity once they stop working. Another 42% said they simply enjoy the challenge and mental stimulation that work provides. They like staying active, engaged, and connected. But the biggest reason is still financial. More than half of those delaying retirement say they're concerned about their financial situation. They don't feel like they've saved enough and want to build more flexibility into their plans, especially in an uncertain economy. Every extra year of work helps, thanks to more income, more savings, and less time relying on withdrawals from your retirement accounts. It's not always easy, but it can make a meaningful difference in your long-term comfort and peace of mind. Now, delaying retirement has clear benefits, but it's not a perfect solution for everyone. Let's start with the positives. Bigger Social Security benefits. Each year you delay beyond your full retirement age up to age 70 increases your monthly benefit by about 8% permanently. More time to save. In 2025, the 401k contribution limit is $2,300 and IRA limits are $7,000. Plus, workers 50 and older can make catch-up contributions, $7,500 more into a 401k or an extra $1,000 into an IRA. If you're between 60 and 63, you can put in up to $11,250 extra into a 401k. Those extra savings years can add up fast. More flexibility. Having a regular paycheck allows you to handle unexpected expenses without dipping into your retirement funds. But there are trade-offs too. Physical or mental fatigue. Full-time work gets harder with age, especially if your job is demanding. Challenges re-entering the workforce. Age discrimination is real. An AARP study referenced in the article found that over 2/3 of workers 50 and older have either seen or experienced it firsthand. Family obligations. Many older adults provide regular care for grandkids or family members. Returning to work can limit that flexibility. Lost time for personal goals. Many retirees dream about traveling or pursuing hobbies while they're still young and healthy. Waiting too long can push those dreams further away. So, while delaying retirement can make financial sense, it's important to weigh what you're gaining and what you might be giving up. Ultimately, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The decision to retire or to wait depends on your finances, your health, and your happiness. And remember, it's not an all-or-nothing choice. Retirement doesn't have to mean full stop. Many retirees find fulfillment through part-time work, consulting, or creative side projects. Love golf? You could work as a course marshal. Love animals? Try part-time at a pet store or volunteer at a shelter. Want flexibility? Freelance, tutor, babysit, or sell crafts online. Whatever it looks like, the key is to plan early and intentionally, not just for your finances, but for your sense of purpose and connection. So, should you wait another year to retire? Maybe, maybe not. But what's clear is that taking time to reassess your readiness financially, mentally, and emotionally can make all the difference in setting yourself up for a retirement that feels both secure and fulfilling. If you have any questions about your retirement magic number, your retirement strategy, or any other parts of your financial strategy, visit my website at mnawealth.com or call my office at 866-973-3627 to discuss how my team might be able to answer your questions and address your concerns. It's our goal to help you prepare for the retirement you've worked so hard for.
Disclosure. All matters discussed during the show are for informational purposes only. Opinions expressed are solely those of M&A Wealth and staff. All topics covered are believed to be from reliable sources. However, M&A Wealth makes no representations as to its accuracy or completeness. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services to residents where permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through M&A Wealth, a registered investment advisor in the state of Texas. Insurance products and services are offered through PNC Life Insurance Agency, an affiliated company. M&A Wealth and PNC Life Insurance Agency are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any government agency.